Hey, this is Manny Moonraker, and I'm here with UFO Buster Radio News, number 192. And I gotta say, it feels good to be back. It feels so good that I ended the intro track way before I started to talk. I'm so excited about this. I'm worked up. I feel good. I feel like it's good to actually record again. We have a report today out of NASA. And, my thoughts are all over the place with this. They're like everywhere. And some of you happy-go-lucky type of people who want to have hope will say this is good news, but I don't know. But if you want to debate this shit with me, then guess what? You got to follow me on Facebook. Facebook pages, Manny Moonraker, UFO Buster Radio, on Twitter at UFO Buster Radio, and on Instagram at Manny Moonraker. And let's just jump right into it. I don't know. That news intro is just so ESPN. It's not even funny. I feel like I'm really ready to talk about sports, which incidentally, the sports podcast is still in the works. And hopefully ready to go in the next couple of weeks. But I'll keep you guys posted as that happens. Here is a news article, and you kind of saw it in the title for this episode. NASA News, Space Agency creates a dedicated alien hunting team. UFO breakthrough. Is it a UFO breakthrough? Well, Express UK, no the fuck it's not. This has nothing to do with a UFO breakthrough. Come on, stop rubber dicking us. Oh, I said the R word. Somebody's going to get pissed off about it. What's happening here is that NASA has created a task force which is going to be dedicated to hunting alien life in the universe. No, it is not the Men in Black. No, they're not going to be armed with lasers and noisy crickets. That's not what's happening here. Basically, NASA put together what it's calling the Center of Life Detection Science. When you say Center of Life Detection Science, it doesn't mean that people are going to go out and look for alien life. Now, let's be honest. I mean, let me just take off the gloves because no fucks are given here. Oops, I said the N-word. They've had decades and decades of rovers and satellites and shit that they shoot up to other places in our solar system, and none of them, zero, zilch, nada, are focused on there being life even in our own solar system. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? And here's a statement from NASA about the CLDS, that's the acronym CLDS, Center for Life Detection Science. Here's a statement. I'm going to read it to you. Let me try to get my nerd voice going. Decades of research have led scientists to look deeply into the nature of life itself. What it is, how it began on Earth, and what other worlds might also support it. A shift in focus is now emerging as scientists recognize that with a strategic push, that possibility of detecting life beyond Earth could be on the horizon. That kind of jacked up my throat. But do you hear that? Do you hear what they're saying? A shift in focus. What the fuck? Did you guys miss the shift a few decades ago? Is this a slow shift? Is this a shift that just made it to the Ames Research Center? Are they completely oblivious? Did they not even go to the movies in the last 4 or 5 decades? Did they not even give a fuck about what the people are talking about? Have any of them even heard of Travis Walton? Let's just start there. Come on, I know you guys hate when I say it. It's a bunch of rubber dicking. It is. It truly is. It turns out that this freaking CLDS is going to be based at NASA's Ames Research Center in California, and is apparently going to get the best of the best, kind of like the MIB. It's probably the only part that's like the MIB. They're going to get the best of the best, Only the best will do. We're going to get him from Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. And then we're going to get some teams out of Georgetown University in D.C. And then we're going to go out to Georgia Institute of Technology in Atlanta. Are you serious? What the fuck is this? What is it? What is it? Terry Holler, the principal investigator of CLDS, and I mean, they even got a fucking investigator. I mean, I don't get it. How the fuck did she become an investigator already? She's also part of Ames Research Center, and she says, we now have the scientific and emerging expertise to address this profound question with the clarity of scientific evidence. And we have a great community of scientists ready for that grand challenge. So basically what she's saying, all you motherfuckers that had science degrees before this announcement, you didn't know what the fuck life was. You had no idea what was the basis of life and how to identify it. You didn't know shit. Here's the other problem I see. It's the fact that it's a task force. We all know that a task force is another way or another layer to confuse the conversation, right? And then you add the rigors of science, and now you're really fucked. Because as it is now, in the format and process they do now, it takes them forever. They got to test and retest and test and retest and have somebody argue about it and then go back and have a peer review, and then the peers argue about it, and then it gets published after like 5 years. And then after that, everybody jumps in and they argue about that shit constantly, just argue about it. And you have another 5 years and you might have a conclusive determination of what the fuck is going on. Are you serious right now? I cannot. A task force is another layer of bullshit. Now, I'm not going to poo-poo on this totally. Not poo-pooing this at all. Because the truth is, it is possible that our man out there in Arizona, the retired Senator Harry Reid, maybe he barked loud enough to get NASA to stand up and, and take notice. Maybe Deuce Bigelow, the space gigolo, maybe his greed in getting information, his involvement in all this ATIP stuff, maybe he was the one who drove everyone to take notice. Maybe it was Tom DeLonge and his To the Stars Academy and the people defecting out of the Defense Department and going into To the Stars. Maybe they're the ones who kind of got NASA thinking, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should have people of the scientific mind actually come out of the woodwork and try to embrace the fact that maybe our planet is not the only planet with life on it. If anything, what this is doing is allowing people in the science community to finally say what the fuck they want to say. It's just like fucking pilots. Pilots don't say shit because their jobs are on the line. Scientists don't say shit because they're ridiculed. Just like people who are experiencers. They're ridiculed too. This is about the only thing that's really going to open up here, is that scientists are not going to be able to go around and bash people all the time if they'd have that NASA badge on them. No, you can't. No, he's NASA. He's NASA. You can't bash. You can't. No. Don't abuse that guy. He believes in aliens. Leave him alone. He's got the task force with him. To me, it's a whole conspiracy. It's all this idea of taking people down the road that's controlled, right? Listen, folks, we lived in a controlled society. We live in a controlled world. We are totally controlled. There's just no way around it. So they're controlling the narrative here of how you realize or come to accept that there is alien life somewhere. It's not you. I mean, you know it, right? If you were an experiencer, you know it. If you've seen crazy-ass ships in the sky, you know it. If your house was invaded one night by, 3 feet gray aliens, you know it. Your cattle got mutilated with crazy precision that not even your freaking dentist can do. That's fucking alien life right there. But that's not the road they want to take us down, because they think that mankind is going to flip out. They're going to kill each other. We're going to go crazy. There's no God. There's no this. We're going to kill everybody. We're going to go mad. The problem with the task force is this. This is what I envision. That by the time Ames Research Center and the CLDS get their shit together and tell you there's alien life, they're going to be talking about amoebas. They're going to be talking about single-celled animals. Meanwhile, people are going to be getting probed still here in the country of origin where you're listening from. People are still going to be getting probed. I mean, come on. Stop fucking around. The truth is that if we go down the NASA route, let's be honest, by the time they say, oh, guess what? We found some gray aliens, the fucking gray aliens are going to have hair. These motherfuckers are going to have hair. They're going to have goatees. They're going to look like fucking Cheech and Chong. That's how long it's going to take NASA to come to that conclusion. No fucks given. That's what's going to happen. There's no way that you don't see that. By the way, Mr. DeVito is giving a special shout out to Bugs the UFO Hunter. Thank you very much. I'll pass the word to him. But that's what I see, folks. That's what I see. I see basically Cheech and Chong gray aliens running around with like all kind of fur over their fucking body by the time that NASA gets to that point. So I just don't see it. I'm sorry. The task force is bullshit. I'm calling it. I'm calling it right now. But, if you think otherwise, it's a free world. Go ahead and talk about it. I mean, you might be listening from China, a little bit of a communist country, I know. They shut off your internet wherever the fuck they want to. But on UFO Buster Radio, if you're from China, you can talk about it. Just let me know. Hit me up. You probably can't get on Facebook, but I'm sure you can comment on the podcast itself. Now, people say I'm an asshole. They say, I speak my mind, so people don't like it in ufology when I say shit. And I'm sure people in NASA think less of me. But let's be honest. The rigors of scientific discovery, the rigors of analyzing things from a scientific mindset takes for fucking ever. And that's the point here, folks. They continue to push us down the road to where this particular path is going to take generations to get to where the people who are experiencers today are. There's no bones about it. I mean, I can't say that shit any plainer. Fuck. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just need to stop talking about it altogether. I mean, I'm sure some of you would love that. I would just stop talking about it. I can't do it. I can't do this anymore. I can't do it. But if you decide you want to continue to listen, share it, like it, move it around, tell your peoples about it. Don't forget Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And, maybe finding grays that look like Cheech and Chong is not so bad. Maybe that's not so bad. Maybe that's what we need. Hell, that'll give Cheech and Chong like a platform and shit, right? They're like, hey, we were fucking right all the time. I don't know. That's just the way it is. Listen, this track here is called Paradigm Shift because we just got shifted. But I don't think the shift is going to be so good for us. I thank you guys for listening. Manny Moonraker, the UFO report is done. Done for today. Fuck NASA. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little violent, but that's the way I am. Ciao.